going to read some lyrics of a song I just discovered this past year. The name of the song is The Days Between. And I was first just struck by the title, The Days Between. In the song itself, you'll see that the song is written by the perspective of an older guy kind of facing the end of his career. And first, I guess, he's thinking about the early days when he's struggling to break through, and then there's the later days when he's looking back in his career, and there's the days between. So the days between are the years of consequence, the momentous years where all the blessings and the curses and the horror and the triumphs, everything that mattered happened in the days between. But I was also thinking in many ways the holidays, Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, these are kind of days between because we're looking back on last year and the mistakes we made, how we'd like to make it better, but we're also looking towards the next year and the potential and the blessings that we'll have in the next year. And now in the days between, where we're going through this period of contemplation, just wondering what's going to happen and resolution. So these days between are also meant to be consequential and full of thought and focus. Also, in many ways, that if you think about days between, it's really every day of your life because you're born and then you die. And every other day is a kind of day between. And maybe the challenge of the song is to make these days between, they're all days between, filled with potential and blessing. Anyhow, here's the song. Anybody, by the way, that can identify the writer of the song after services wins a prize. There were days and there were days, and there were days between. Summer flies and August dies, the world grows dark and mean. Comes the shimmer of the moon on black infested trees. The singing man is at his song, the holy on their knees. The reckless are out wrecking, the timid plead their pleas. And no one knows much more of this than anyone can see. There were days and there were days, and there were days besides, when phantom ship with phantom sails set to sea on phantom tides. Comes the lightning of the sun on bright, unfocused eyes, the blue of yet another day, a springtime wet with sighs. A hopeful candle lingers in the land of lullabies, where headless horsemen vanish with wild and lonely cries, lonely cries. There were days and there were days, and there were days I know, when all we ever wanted was to learn and love and grow. Once we grew into our shoes, we told them where to go, walked halfway around the world on promise of the globe. Stood upon a mountaintop, walked barefoot in the snow, gave the best we had to give. How much we'll never know, we'll never know. There were days and there were days, and there were days between, polished like a golden bowl, the finest ever seen. Hearts of summer held in trust, still tender, young, and green, left on shelves collecting dust, not knowing what they mean. Valentines of flesh and blood as soft as velveteen, hoping love would not forsake the days that lie between,